What's up, everybody? This is Ross Clot 222. I want to give my fight prediction for the upcoming fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. This is a fight for the undisputed champion. This is the four-belt era. And don't let that fool you. You're going to hear this term go around over and over again, this four-belt era. Make it the narrative behind this term four-belt era. They want to give you the narrative that it's harder to become undisputed in this era and that it's easier back in the days to become undisputed because there was only one belt, right? But that's not the case. The reason why they throw the four-belt era out there, and the reason why you won't see too many undisputed fights, is because one, fighters don't want to fight each other. Two, fighters are looking for low risk, high reward fights. Number three, these sanction bodies like IBF, WBA, WBC, they, along with the promoters, they all come together and try to keep these fighters separated from fighting each other. More championship fights means more sanctioning fees, okay? Back in the days when it was one champion, it was actually harder to become undisputed because back then everyone fought each other and you took a risk of losing. Everyone took a risk of losing. And that's why it was harder to become undisputed even though it was one belt, because everybody fought each other. And that's why there are more past greats, more past ATGs, because you don't have to be an undisputed champion to become an ATG. It's your skills in the ring and your resume, and then what you accomplish. But anyway, in this era, it's easy. It could be easy because, in my opinion, the competition isn't that good like it was in the past. And number two, all they have to do is fight each other. And that's not what we're seeing. All right. Yes, I'm very happy that Errol Spence and Crawford is fighting, but I'm not grabbing the bullhorn, and I'm not standing and jumping on top of cars lighting fireworks because these two guys are fighting. They're 5 years late. Okay, let's just get down to the bottom of it, because a lot of you guys make prediction fights and you guys don't get down to the bottom of it. All right. And this is my prediction. If the guy that I pick loses, I don't eat crow. See, I don't use MOBC. We don't use the term eat crow. I don't use the term eat crow. If you guys want to use the term eat crow, and if you want to eat crow, if you want to eat chicken, if you want to eat French fries, whatever it is that you decide you want to eat because your fighter that you picked didn't win, so be it. The MOBC, we don't pick crow. All right? That's not what we do here. Now, we got to get down to the bottom of things. These guys aren't in their primes. Okay, they aren't in their prime. Spence is going on 33 or already is 33. Crawford is 35 going on 36, probably already 36. Okay? Crawford's coming up fighting, this is his third weight class now. He's been an undisputed champion at 140 pounds. He started out at 135 pounds. When Crawford first started fighting, he didn't have gray hair. He didn't have gray hair in his beard. He has gray hair now. Okay? These guys aren't in their prime. So don't sit there and tell me that you got two prime guys fighting, because they're not. You don't know boo-boo about boxing. Nobody is in their prime past 30 in the professional sport. If you're going to sit there and tell me that Crawford and Spence is faster and stronger When they were 25, you lying. And you don't know anything. All right? So stop with these stupid prediction videos and all this and that you're claiming. Crawford looked vulnerable in his last fight. You can see a little slow, a bit slower. Yeah, he fought a guy that was trying to survive, but there's a little slower there. There's a little bit not there, right? Still strong, still cut fast. But he's not in his prime. He's not in his prime at all. The fight before that, he got dropped. He got dropped in the fight before that, did he not? So don't sit there and tell me that this guy is in his prime, because he's not in his prime. All right? Spence, in his prime, went 12 rounds with a natural lightweight that has never fought at 147 pounds. Okay? Then he has a car, then he drinks alcohol, has a car accident, endangers his life and other people's life, has a concussion, had to get new teeth, took a break, comes back fighting, fought Danny Garcia, got clipped, stopped to look around. I don't know what he was looking for. Fights Ugas, gets clipped, stops because his mouthpiece fell. He stopped in the middle of action. He gets clipped again. The rope saved him from getting dropped, which should have been called a knockdown. In the middle of action, the referee saved him. And then we know what happened after that. So don't sit there and tell me that these guys are in their prime. Crawford could fight right-handed and he could fight left-handed. Crawford has a 100% knockout ratio at 147. Spence does not. Crawford has longer arms. Fights better on the outside. Fights better, can switch hit. The both of them don't have great defense, but I edge Spence on having better defense. Crawford, in my opinion, gets hit more than Spence. But I don't like the fact that a prime Spence went 12 rounds against Mikey Garcia, a fat, belly-popping Mikey Garcia. Spence fights better on the inside. He's a better body puncher. Who I think hits harder, I think when it comes to fighting on the inside, Spence is a harder puncher. He's a better body puncher. On the outside, with range and better combinations, I go with Crawford on that. So my prediction fight is this. I think Crawford is going to beat Spence. I don't know how he's going to beat him, but I think he's going to beat him. And I'm thinking that he will stop Spence at some point in this fight. That's just my prediction. But he can win a decision. But I believe Crawford is going to win. Based on what I said, if I'm proved wrong, I believe, and this is not an excuse, I believe that Crawford it's the age. It's the age factor. I don't know what testing that they're doing. I don't know about the VOD. I don't know about none of that. But I believe that I think Crawford is going to be the one that's going to have his hands raised. And he's going to be the first fighter to be an undisputed champion in the 4-belt era in 2 different weight classes. If I pick the wrong, if Spence wins, so be it. I'm not a fan of the boxer. I'm the fan of the sport. And I just want to see a good fight. So if Crawford loses, I don't eat crow. You can eat crow. You can eat pizza. You can stuff your nose with pepperoni for. I don't care what you do if you pick the wrong guy. Chump. This is the MOBC. This is my fight prediction. And I think Crawford has what it takes and a little bit left to beat Spence, in my opinion. Okay? So shout out to these guys for finally making this fight happen. We waited 5 years, 4 or 5 years we waited. Again, this is another Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. They did it again. They waited out so they could get paid the most money, and I don't like that. We need to start seeing fighters fight in their prime, not pushing 40 years old. You understand? That's how the MOBC do it around here. The king of the YTBC, MOBC, 49-0. All you chumps with your debates. Get out of here with your little debates out there. This is the MOBC. I don't need to debate you because I already won a debate just by listening to your videos out there. All you chumps out there. MOBC.